This time, we will add integers using counters. So have you watched a football game in the television? If it is a yes, then you can actually relate to this. So why are we talking about football game? Because adding integers is kind of like a football game. So we will consider two teams here, the yellow team and the red team. The yellow team, one member can be represented by a positive, and then one red member can be represented by a negative. So if we will focus in our yellow team, if we have two yellow members, so if we add more, so there will be more members in the yellow team. So same with adding integers. So if there will only be one positive member, or we say one counter, and we add two more counters, that means that putting them together will have three counters. And then since it's yellow, that means that the answer is positive 3. Another example would be 3 plus 2. So 3 can be represented by 3 yellow counters, and we would like to add 2 yellow counters. So combining them will give you 5 yellow counters. That means that it's positive 5. Same with the red team. So if initially we have 2 red members, if we add more, then the number of the members for red team will also increase. Similar to integers. If it's a red counter, that means you're referring to negative integers. So negative 1 can be represented by one red counter. And if we add another negative 2, that means that there are 2 red counters. So if we put them together, that will give us 3 red counters. And it can be represented by negative 3. Okay, let's have another example. If we have negative 3 plus negative 2, negative 3 means it's coming from the red team, right? So 3 counters. And we add negative 2, that means 2 red members. So combining them will give us 5 red counters. So the answer would be negative 5. But sometimes there are situations wherein you will be combining red and yellow, and that is where the competition will start. So adding one yellow and adding one yellow with one red, that means that they will be canceled out. We call that one as zero pair. When we say zero pair, just try to recall our lesson in lesson 1 that opposite when we deal with opposite numbers, when you try to add them, it will become 0. And in our situation here, there's one positive and one negative. So 1 plus negative 1 will become 0. So this concept will be applied when we try to add numbers with different signs. So for positive 2, we can represent that with 2 yellow counters. Added with negative 1, so 1 red counter. So as I said a while ago, we can cancel out one zero pair here because there's one yellow and one negative counter. So what is left is just one yellow counter. So the final answer is positive 1 because it's just one yellow. Let's try another one. 2 plus negative 3. So 2 can be represented by 2 yellow counters, and we add it with negative 3, that means 3 red counters. If you notice, there are of two pairs of 0 pairs, because negative 2, which is this one, is opposite to the representation positive 2, two yellow counters. So that will be cancelled out. What is left is just one red. That means that the answer would be one red counter, or negative 1. To check if you really understand how to add integers using counters, let us have the following problems. So negative 4 plus negative 2 means negative 4 is 4 red counters added with 2 red counters because it's negative 2. So combining red counters, meaning there will be 6 counters, red counters all in all. So the sum would be negative 6. How about negative 4 plus 7? So negative 4 is 4 red counters. Positive 7, so meaning 7 yellow counters. So there will be 4 pairs of 0 pairs here. So that means we have 3 yellow counters left. And that can be represented by positive 3 or 3. Third problem, we have 4. So that's a positive, so 4 yellow counters added with negative 6, so 6 red counters. So as you can see, there are 4 yellow counters. There are also 4 red counters here. So that means there are 4 0 pairs. So that will be cancelled out because 4 and negative 4 are opposite numbers. And when you add opposite numbers, it becomes 0. What we have left here would just be 2 red counters. So it's negative 2. Last example, we have 8 plus negative 3. So 8 is positive, so 8 yellow counters added with negative 3, 3 red counters. If there are 3 red counters, there are also 3 red, I mean 3 yellow counters. So that means there are 3 0 pairs. That will be cancelled out. So what we have left would just be 5 yellow counters. So the final answer would be positive 5.